Alrighty guys, this is another video from Strike himself. I know it's surprising to hear me making a fully fledged video again. Professional in the manner of how it's recorded. Um, but yeah, I think it's very past that time where we finally make an actual video and give some insight into what we've been doing. Because I know the last video was hastily put together, and I do apologize for that. But the space on the laptop was killing me, and I had to go through there, and it took a few hours to clean everything off it. And I managed to get a lot of space now, but it took a good moment, mind you. But we've been doing the ARC server, and the ARC server's been great. Lots of friendly people, lots of happy people enjoying the game. And that's what we like, and that's what we've intended for our server. So it's great to see some fulfillment there. On my behalf and the other people who are participating. We thank you, and it's definitely a good job so far. So that brings me to step number 2, and that is getting the server more exposed, getting it more out there for the people who like ARC, who actually like playing. Because mind you, we do want people to play from all sorts of backgrounds. We don't just want to select a specific group. But at the same time, we have to be wary of the trolls. We gotta be wary of the people who are a bit edgy, as you will say. The people who will threaten to do terrible things to the server if they don't get their way. People like that we just cannot tolerate. We cannot allow them to come onto here. And sadly, they could be anyone at any given time, and it could just happen just like that. And it's all over. Things are very terrible, people are having a bad experience, so keeping everything balanced, stable, and free of trolls is a ongoing battle, but it is definitely one we can win. So, in terms of the community is pretty well set up so far. I think it's still setting into that foundation we've laid out, but given enough time, it will definitely start to manifest into the next level, and it will start to develop, and more population will develop. Things will start to really overhaul in terms of the server experience. Obviously, this has gone with its fair share of problems, but we have worked tirelessly to contain the problems and to keep people appeased on various different levels. Such as server rates, dealing with badmins or people who get to, corrupt their power. We had to regulate these things, and we had to, reform various different aspects of the server. But things are slowly changing for the better. We're slowly getting more advanced in that department, more professional in terms of our organization and the image we're setting for the server. But again, guys, it is an effortless task with the community together, with people working around the clock to make sure that things are very well organized and maintained. So I thank people like Shadow Decease. I thank people, just everyone. People like Sentry Commando, for example, one of my best administrators on the server. Granted, we've had our fair share of problems, here and there, certain things. But all in all, we have definitely been collaborating to work towards a better future for the server. And it's been getting incrementally better. Now, population, on the other hand, it's been a little bit of a double-edged sword. Taking this time to really organize our server has set us back on population a little bit, arguably. But down the road, we're hoping to look towards a more developed population, a more engaging community, and people just coming in from all sorts of the, ARC players of, different backgrounds, the hardcore, creative people, the hardcore survival people. We want to have a community where everyone can have what their, ARC experience was to be. They want to have that idyllic ARC experience, they could have it here. And we are definitely working to make that a reality. So far, it's been pretty well. I just would suggest that you guys check out the server, test out our rates. You'll notice that's similar to official, but not entirely. Keep in mind we're catering to the classical Arc style, not the modern official Arc style, as you see on the official servers. Things are more regulated here. We have server rules. Don't worry, it's not too crazy. It's just enough to protect the community. Things are subject to change. So, with that said, I would suggest people just start looking into Arc servers a bit more, because the future is going to have a great Arc community. We're going to have mod support soon. We're going to have an official game soon. You know, things are just increasingly heading towards that finished product direction. And whenever that happens, it's just going to draw a lot more people into Arc to see what this final image is going to be. So why not be a part of it now? You know, it's only a few months out, you know, maybe 6 months tops. You know, guys, the end game is here, and I'd love for you guys to be part of it. I'd love to have you guys on my server if you'd like. So, all things considered, our server isn't the greatest in some areas of expectations for players who are used to official, but they are very, you know, well balanced and well maintained. We listen to our community. We do what our community wants, and we do the direction that is thought best for projected development and for the future of how people would enjoy the server better. So again, it's just a thing that's subject to change. The rates are decent. By no means are they terrible. You know, the people who are catered towards that 10 times, you know, 30 times rate, you know, I'm sorry, we don't do that. You know, we're not going to, you know, jump it up all the way and make it too easy for everything. Right now, it's a controversial topic to talk about and discuss. But right now, I can't really see too much change in that. We'll do some boosting here and there, but we don't want to do anything too crazy and over the top. Because I know the argument, you get knocked down and then you lose all your stuff you worked so many, weeks to, obtain and achieve. It is a great setback. But in the future, we will work to mend these issues greater. Right now, this is the test case period where we see how things are going to stand and what definitely needs to change. And with our support and with the community and their voice, we get to hear the feedback, we get to assess the situation and move on from there, from whatever direction we believe is best as a general community, as people who are experienced with the game. Now obviously this is player dedicated, up to 50 to 55 players tops. I know that is a bit of a setback compared to official, where you can have 100 people and so on. I know that's a bit of a pill to swallow, but you got to look at it as people are not always going to be online. And as our server stands right now, it is definitely needing room for more people. There's plenty of room for others. So it would be a great time to come onto our server now, as opposed to, down the road later, whenever things are more developed and there's a larger population that is active. So right now, guys, is probably the best time before we reach that peak period with our server's life. Because keep in mind here that this server is going to be active for many months to come. It isn't going to be just a short run and then it's over, just a short ride and it's enjoyable but it's over. No, this is something that is going to keep expanding, keep growing. We have a strong leadership on this direction here. We're very dedicated and we're very thorough with what our stance is. And it is definitely going to be for continued development and continued growth. So I really hope everyone will check it out. I understand if you're skeptical or if it is not to your liking and you want to go somewhere else, that's completely fine. But if you'd like to assess it and see for yourself how you feel, that's totally up to you. We're not going to force you to stay. We're not going to force you to go. Just follow the basic guidelines on our Discord, the server rules, just follow the basic, guidelines, and you should be fine. It's nothing too crazy. So I would just recommend checking that out. You can read up on article in the description below. It's a little bit dated, bear in mind, but it will be expanding more of how we are going to be going in a certain direction, what our rates are, how we manage things like that. You can find out those details down below, but it's mostly rates, it's mostly just technical information. For the more personal description of the server, the more, personality-oriented part, you want to go to our Discord. And to get to that, you're going to have to contact me on Xbox Live, which is SentryExecutive, one word, sorry, I was thinking my old word, my old gamer tag. It's a capital S on the beginning, and it's a capital E for executive. So it's capital S for Sentry, and then capital E for executive. You put those two words together, and boom, there's my gamer tag. So again, guys, if you'd like to learn more, you could definitely get engaged. Contact me directly. Leave a comment down below if all else fails, and I'll try to get you involved in our community. We'll check to make sure you're not some, troll who's trying to, infiltrate the server and, disrupt things. But, most things should check out. You should be given a chance. The server is open to anyone who wants to play, so long as they can follow the rules and behave responsibly, put on the good conduct there. We want a professional environment, not just a chaotic and disorderly one like on official. So please, guys, I'd like to really stress that point, where we do not tolerate people who are going to just act fools and, not take things at least somewhat, decently. So I really hope that you'd like to, take an interest here. If you don't, that's totally understandable. Leave your thoughts of what you think would be an ideal server. Tell me what your personal thoughts are for how servers should be run, perhaps. Just tell me whatever you think in the comment section below. But this pretty much summarizes everything. Well, not entirely, but in the, half-ass, very short video, so to speak, way, it does. But again, guys, just look down in the description below. I'll type out a nice little paragraph or something to describe in a bit more detail, because I really would like to invite more people. My host account for the server is SentryExecutor, so it's similar to how my gamer tag is spelled, the capital S, the capital E, same thing there, all together. That's my host account, but me myself, I'm executive. That's how I play on my original Xbox, and we use the Xbox One S for hosting the server. Yeah, as you can see, the server has been a little bit more developed. I'm going to be showing little clips of the facilities here, primarily mine, but I will fly around the map a little to show you just everyone and how they're doing, that sort of thing. But I really hope you guys are interested. I really hope you guys will check things out. Let me know, hit me up on Xbox Live, as I said, and I'll try to get you engaged in our Discord. Come onto our server any day, contact me through either my hosting account, but I don't usually reply to messages, so it's maybe not a good idea. But hopefully you can maybe join it if I fail to reply at a timely manner. Or you could just contact me and add me as a friend as executive. I'm always on the server, of course, overseeing things and making sure things are going as expected. So I just would like to thank you guys for watching this video. I do apologize that this was kind of a little hastily made, but it's a bit better than my last one. At least here there's more of an explanation onto things and what I've been up to. So obviously doing that ARC server as promised, fulfilling that promise, and giving everyone a nice little experience here. Bear in mind, this is not clan related. If you're from a clan background, that's totally fine, but leave the drama and the past quarrels, whatever, behind. This is where we move forward into just enjoying ARC at its core, just doing a server and seeing what we can get from that. So with that aside, I thank you for watching this video. This has been SentryExecutive on the ARC server here. I know it's a bit of a dead hour. As you can see, there's only a few people on at 4:51 a.m. as I'm recording this. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'd hope to see you on the server sometime. Cheers.